All right, guys, so welcome back here to the part two, and let's jump straight away. So, in the previous lesson, we started all this stuff. We started to set up Nuxt. What would you like you guys to do for this one is that go to the Nuxt website and search for pages. What we're going to be doing here is that we're going to create page. So we're going to create on the components page. That's going to take a time. I don't know why it takes so long to load this website. So while that thing is thinking to load, oh yeah, that's it. Nice. So here's example how we can use page on our let's say website. Right. So to install the page, let's follow the structures. So what we're trying to do here it doesn't show me, but anyway, I'm gonna go on Google. I'm gonna search for Nuxt JS pages. You don't need to do this, by the way. You don't need to follow this. You can just, I just forgot how they are doing the structure. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So on the app.view, we need to add this, which is basically a component that will allow us to do this. So once we have the server running, we're going to open up app.view, and I am going to put my page right here. Great. Now this is going to load. And now I should have just a blank value. I have nothing. All right, great. Now here it explains how we can use a page. So I'm going to create a page called index. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to right click and I'm going to do a cool little trick on the VS Code is that we can create pages / let's say home / index.view. And now if I press enter, it creates the page in the right place. And I can just go here, copy this code and paste it. What does it have here? TS and TX. All right, we don't need to worry about this. Let's just use the .view. Now, this is going to take a while because it's basically saying that no match for route, blah, blah, blah. The path doesn't exist. I think what we need to do here, instead of calling this home, we're just going to call index. I think that's how it works. Let's check. Yes, index page. Look at that. We got the index page. Cool. Now that we have the index page, I want to install Tailwind on this. But before I install Tailwind, which is this amazing framework that we're going to be using here to create our styles, I want to create a layout. So when I have Tailwind, I don't have to, I can use the same layout. So basically, if I explain a little bit properly what we're trying to do here, if you're new to programming, is that instead of copying and paste the same code multiple times, I can just define it once, and then I can use for the other pages. So let's imagine that this is the home page, this is, let's say, the contact page, and this is the about page. So then the same pages, they use the same layout, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. So to do that, super easy as well. All we're going to do here is that you're going to go to the Google and you're going to type Nuxt.js layout pages, or actually just layout. Now I'm going to click here on the layout, and here's going to say, oh, Nuxt layout, and what more or less what we have to do. So I'm going to copy this code. I'm going to go back to my template. I'm going to place it here. All right. Now this is going to throw an error because I don't have a layout, but that's fine because I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to my main folder. I'm going to create a new file, paste, and press enter. If you're in VS Code, it will create it already in the place where we should. And now I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it right here. And now this is the layout that will be shared across all the pages. Now, if I refresh the page, I think it's, yes, you see the same page is shared across multiple pages. To show you an example of this, I can just duplicate this. I'm going to drag and drop inside the pages, and I'm going to call this, let's say, contact, all right? And now I'm going to change this to test contact, and I'm going to copy this name here. I'm going to go back to my URL, and I'm going to do like that, and I am on the contact page. I misspelled this, but anyway, just to show you how we can share this. Now, the next thing that we're going to do here is that we need to start to scope our website, right? And to do that, what I'm going to do that is that first we need to install dependencies. So I'm going to stop my server. I'm going to press Control C. If you're on Mac, I think it's Alt C. But anyway, now I'm going to search here. Actually, I'm going to go to the modules here on Nuxt. And if I search for Tailwind, I have a Nuxt UI and Tailwind. The one I want to use here is this Tailwind UI. The reason why is because it comes with Tailwind and headless UI. So if you guys want to, let's say, create a table or something, you can just use this UI. Anyway, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to go back to, I'm going to copy this code and I'm going to paste it here and press enter and see what happened. So now there's something running here. You see, is installing the UI, is installing the version 2.21. And now it's probably downloaded the dependencies that we can't see. And while this downloads, the cool thing about this is that if you go to the documentation, this is all the UI that you can use for free. Cards, checkboxes, buttons, and all sorts, right? But we're not going to be using this. We're going to be using just our Tailwind, and we're going to ask this AI that we're going to be using Code AI to tell us how to scope our page. All right. Now that we have this thing up and running, we can just run npm bum run dev. And now my server is booting up. If I go back here and refresh, I should see the blank page, which is cool. While this loads, I want you guys to go to Cloud AI. If you don't have an account, they have a free support. I paid for the plan, but you have access also to Opus, which is a really good model. And we're going to be using this basically to create our UI for us. So we're going to give a parameter. We're going to ask to build a really cool, let's say, gaming or gamer website where we have some kind of, let's say we try to game our game called the Blackboard or something, I don't know, just to give us a page. And I just want to show you how cool it is to play with those tools. So now that we have everything built, you see the page ready to change it. Everything is cool. Nice. Now on the VS Code, on the layout, I'm just going to remove this. I don't need it right now. Now on the index page, here's where I want to, let's say, change a couple of things, right? So I'm going to go to Cloud and I'm going to say, can you please help me build a video game website for my game called The Rock, and I am using Tailwind for the UI, and I would like you to create something similar to RPG games like Diablo, where it's full of effects and let's say icons and cool animations. My game is about survival RPG. Let's see. So if you guys don't know what's Tailwind, this is the framework that we're using. It's called Tailwind, and allows us, not this one, sorry, Tailwind CSS. It's basically a quick way to create styles, all right? So let's go back here and see what Claude is building for us. So for some reason, I can see here that it started to build as React. I mean, it did a good job, but it's built it as React. Now I'm going to tell, I am using Vue.js composition API, composition API 3 with Nuxt. JS, can you please update and make the website looks stunning or something? So you already built it, so you kind of have to give this, because you can see here, it started to use React. We're not using React for this, we're using Vue.js. This is one of the quirks that sometimes that if you're new to programming and you don't really know how to use AI, or you don't really know what you're doing, you're gonna get problems, because we have to be very, let's say, straight to the AI. We have to tell, hey, I want you to use this. But anyway, now let's check what's the AI building for us here. So we already told them that we are using Nuxt.js, which is really cool. And it kind of started to build, let's say, a bunch of components here. All right. That's quite cool. Actually, I like it. I was gonna keep this for the next video. Actually, what I'm gonna do here is that since we passing from 10 minutes, I'm gonna pause it right here. And then in the next lesson, I will copy all those components, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what the AI is giving me so we can follow up. All right. See you guys in the next one.